TinkerCAD tip. So the other day I showed you how to do inside and outside bevels and radiuses on square objects. In this video I want to show you how to do bevels inside and outside on cylinders. For instance, here we have a cylinder. The walls of this are 2.5 millimeters thick, and on this one I have an inside bevel. Here's that same object but with an outside bevel. And then here it is again with both an inside and an outside bevel. Let me show you how I made those. Let's go ahead and select all of those and slide them up out of the way. Let's grab these three fresh ones here, bring them out. So we're going to do all of this with this cone shape here. Let's bring that out. Now these cylinders are 60 millimeters by 60 millimeters, so let's start with this. Let's shift click on that corner and make it 60. And in order to change the angle of the bevel, we can increase or decrease the height of this. And before we forget, let's change the number of sides here so that it's more smooth. Alright, so let's now change that into a hole. Let's, for now, make a duplicate of that. We're going to use that again. Let's bring that over here. Let's bring a copy here. And let's make one more copy. We're going to use that in a moment as well. Now we're going to take this one here. We're going to shift, rotate it 180 degrees. Let's shift select this cylinder back here. Click align. Click on that cylinder to make it the focal point. We'll align it this direction. This direction, we'll select away, and then let's select that cone again. Let's bring it up. Oh, may need to do our alignment again here. Let's align. Nope, still in alignment. Let's zoom in here. We'll select that cone again, and by holding the control key and using the cursor, we can cursor up or down. We can also change our snap grid here to do it in smaller increments. You see here, by cursoring down, we can take away a little bit more of that material. There we go. We'll select the both of those. Group them together. We have an inside bevel. Okay, we'll do the same thing. Let's bring this object here. Let's swivel that around. Select that. Let's align those two together. That direction, that direction. Let's select just that cone. We'll bring it up here. All right, we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's focus on this one here. We're going to do now an outside bevel. So we have this cone over here. Let's make this cone, let's say 63 millimeters. Let's bring out another cylinder. Let's increase the number of segments to the max to make it smooth. The number of sides, actually the number of segments doesn't matter, it's the number of sides. There we go. Let's shift click a corner. Let's make this one 65 millimeters. We can bring the heights down a little bit. Alright, so let's now select that whole cone and that solid cylinder. We'll align those together. We'll select the two of them. Group them together, then we'll change that object into a hole. You can see our cone on the inside of that. Let's bring this over here. Let's shift select that cylinder. Let's align to the cylinder. That direction, that direction. We'll click on our whole object there, and holding the control and the shift key, we'll shift nudge up a little bit. There we go. Let's zoom in. And by holding the control key and using the cursor up and down, we can select how much of that we want to take off. We can shift select that cylinder and group the two of them together. Oh, before we do that, let's undo that for a moment. Let's make a copy of this object here. Duplicate that. Let's shift nudge that over to this one for a moment. Let's come back to this. We'll select that and that. Let's group the two of those together. There we have an outside bevel on a cylinder. Now let's focus on this last one where we want both inside and outside. Let's select all three of those objects. We have three there. Let's align them to that cylinder, that direction. And again, by selecting one of those objects and holding Control and cursoring up or down, we can select how much of that we want to cut away. That looks about even. We'll select those three objects, group them together, and there we have a cylinder with both an inside and an outside bevel. There you go. That's how I do that. Again, like always, like, follow, and share. Share. It's always good for the algorithm. And thanks for watching.